Hi guys, it's Tammy from Shrinking Violet, and today is Wednesday, June 6th. So I'm a day late coming to you because usually I come on Tuesdays after my massage, but yesterday I was just running like crazy and I started out the day 10 minutes late and I just seemed to end the day an hour late. I never caught up, and I didn't even have time in between appointments to come to you like I usually do. So sorry about that, but I'm here today. So for my stats for everyone who is new, and I have a lot of new subscribers, welcome. For everyone who's new and everyone who's not, but still interested, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I hope that these are helpful, really. I had traditional duodenal switch surgery on March 9 of 2017. I started my pre-op diet on February 19th of 2017 at 260 pounds. I had my duodenal switch on March 9 of 2017 at 248 pounds. And as of yesterday, I weigh 130 pounds again. So I'm back to my all-time low. You'll remember I hit that number before PMS, and then I went up 6 pounds at least because I didn't weigh the whole time. But I did weigh last week. I was 136 and I'm back down to 130, which is very normal for me. Also, for those of you who don't know, I am 5 feet 4 inches tall, small boned, and I'm 47 years old. So, but yeah, losing those 6 pounds post period end is really normal for me, and gaining those 6 is pretty normal as well. Usually I only gain 3, but if you guys watched my What to Eat Wednesday, not last Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, when I was in full-blown PMS and I was having what I termed the PMS parade of carbs, you'll see I just ate and ate and ate and ate. And it wasn't just on Wednesday that I did that. I was really munchy that whole week. So I'm not surprised I gained 6 pounds, but they're all gone. Like I said, the scale lies. It doesn't always tell you, well, maybe it doesn't lie, but it doesn't tell you the whole truth. It'll give you a number, but it's not necessarily how much fat is on your body. And I mean, look, you can see I don't have a lot of fat on my body. Even this is all skin, but it's not much fat. So what I eat Wednesday, speaking of what I eat Wednesday, I've been doing that for 3 weeks now, and I find it interesting. I do it so that other people can see what I eat, because I do tend to eat differently than a lot of people. Oh, I just broke my pen. Oops. And that's because of my DS. I can eat a lot more, and I need to eat a lot more. In order to maintain, I find that I need to eat about 3,000 calories a day. And if I am going, like when I was gaining those 6 pounds, a good portion of that was water weight. At least half of that was water weight. And also constipation, because PMS makes me constipated. But I was eating 5,000 calories a day during that week. And you see that I still didn't really gain. So I think, honestly, to maintain, depending on what I eat, it's going to be 3,000 to 5,000 just to maintain. And that's because of my malabsorption and the fact that fat has so many calories in it, but it's also what I malabsorb the most. So I do eat differently than most people, because most people have the VSG or the bypass, and I have the duodenal switch. And there are getting to be more and more duodenal switch people out there, and more duodenal switch people in this community. And I think it's really important for them to see, I'm only, 15 months out, 14 months out, 15. So it's not like I'm this long-term vet by any stretch of the imagination, but I've had a really successful 15 months, and I continue to get smaller. My inches are still going down. My clothes are bigger every month. But I think it's important for DSers to see that they need to eat differently, probably, if they're at all like me. they need to eat differently than the VSG people. And one of the main things they need to do is up their calories, you guys. Up that fat. Again, 20% of it is what you absorb. So if you eat 200 fat calories, which is what, about 200 divided by 9 is about 22 grams of fat. You're going to absorb 40 calories. That's not much. So when you're tracking in MyFitnessPal and you have 1,000 calories of fat in there, you got 200 calories that are actually going into your body. So don't get all hung up on the number of calories you're taking in. Really watch your carbs. Those are the enemy. So watch your carbs to keep those low, but use MyFitnessPal or whatever tracker you like to use. Use that, but in the opposite way of everyone else. Don't use it to keep your calories down. Use it to keep your fat and your protein high. I cannot tell you how important that is. And sugar, watch your sugar. I see people posting their macros and their nutrients, and maybe they'll only have 40 carbs, but 35 of those are sugar. Ooh. De-essers, you absorb 100% of all simple sugars that go into your body. 100%. So not all carbs are simple sugars. You've got complex carbs and simple carbs. And so added sugar, that's a simple carb. A regular carb in something, such as wheat bread. So if you've got wheat bread and it's got, I don't know, I'm making numbers up. It's got 10 carbs in a slice, but it's also got 4 added sugar. You're going to absorb about 55% of those 10 carbs from the whole wheat, but the 4 added sugar carbs, you absorb every single one, and they absorb the minute they hit your tongue, they start to absorb. So really, really watch your sugars. It's okay to have, 30, 40, 50 carbs, but your sugar has got to be way low in the double digits there, 10, 15, 20 sugars. That's really important. So, don't get hung up on the calories. Do get hung up on the carbs, and really get hung up on the sugar. That's just my 2 cents worth. But I digressed so far. What I was saying was it was interesting for me to see what I eat Wednesday too, because I really notice a difference in what I eat near PMS, during PMS, and post. And the further I get away from that PMS period time, the less I eat, the less hungry I am, and the fewer carbs I crave, and the fewer simple carbs I crave too. I preach about sugar. I am just as bad as the next person. Yesterday, I ate part of this cookie. It's a toffee crunch cookie, and it's Carol's Cookies, more than just a cookie, because it's handmade and all natural. Well, let me tell you, this sucker is 6 ounces of toffee crunch cookie, and it may be more than just a cookie. The reason it's more than just a cookie is because one cookie is 4 servings. Each of those servings has 200 calories. So this cookie is 800 calories if you ate the whole damn thing. Less than 1 gram of fiber, 15 sugars per serving. This sucker has 60 grams of sugar in it. That's just crazy. 28 grams is an ounce. So you do the math. Almost 3 ounces of sugar, 2 grams of protein. So 8 grams of protein in the whole cookie. I don't know if she's trying to say more than just a cookie because she thinks it was a healthy cookie. That sucker's not a healthy cookie. But the point is, I eat crap too. But I didn't eat the whole crap. I ate part of the crap. But you know what? When I eat it, I go into it with my eyes wide open. I know exactly what I'm putting in my body. and I know exactly what it's going to do to my body. And that's the key. I was watching Dory's VSG Journey, I think is her name. If you guys aren't watching her, go watch her. She's really good. And she had a little bit of a rant. She was cute. She had a little bit of a rant about people who ate crap and showed it to the community and then acted like they didn't know why they gained weight. And she thought that we had a responsibility to eat properly and to educate pre-ops and newbies and stuff like that. And I agree, but I also think that we have a responsibility to the community to be honest, and to show that, yeah, we screw up. And so if you eat part of a more than just a cookie, it's not going to be the end of the world. But know what's in it. I was talking to my 15-year-old the other day because he drank a gigantic Slurpee, and he wasn't with me because he knows that I'd be like looking at him. I would never say anything because I'm not the food police. But he and I try and keep each other good with our low carb. Anyway, he had posted it to his Snapchat stories and he forgot that it was going to come to me. And so he posted this I think it was like 44 ounces of a Slurpee. And so I teasingly looked it up to see how many grams of just sugar were in there. 99 grams of sugar, you guys. It was crazy. And so I was teasing him and he's like, no, don't tell me. I said, no, you have to know. Knowledge is power. He says, ignorance is bliss. And I said, yes, but the thing is, you're not ignorant. You know what's in this stuff. So you can't just, blithely go along and say, I don't know why I gained weight. I ate a cookie, but, it was just one cookie. Well, yeah, it's just one 6-ounce cookie worth 60 grams of sugar. So the point is, it's okay to eat a cookie. It's okay to eat part of a cookie. Eat whatever the heck you want, but be honest with yourself with what you're eating. Don't think you're low carbing because you're eating overnight oats. Ooh, oats are not low carb. I don't care what you do to them. I don't care how much protein you put in them. They are a gigantic carb bomb. I don't care if you soak them overnight in almond milk or cashew milk or soy milk or whatever, Fairlife milk. It's still a gigantic carb bomb, but it's okay. If that's what you want to eat and it works with your body and it works with your macros, that's great. Just know what you're eating. And be honest and don't think that it's low carbing. I was getting my hair done yesterday and I read an article, and whichever Kardashian, I have no idea. I can't even tell them apart. But whichever Kardashian just had a baby, she was in this article saying, I'm going to give you my exact low carb eating plan that my doctor gave to me so that you can lose the weight like I did postpartum. And so I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I flipped to it, and she's eating a banana. She's eating oatmeal. She's eating an orange. And I was like, so far we've not had anything low carb at all. And then she got to 2 eggs, and I was like, okay, well, that's good. And then at dinner she had chicken breast, okay, and broccoli, great. And then she had like mashed sweet potato. And I thought, all right, well, there are worse things that you could choose, but it's not low carb. It just isn't. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. You can see how many carbs are in there. And then she justified the sweet potato by saying, oh, because I'm so, close to having just had that baby, I get a full serving of starch. And I was thinking, honey, today you've had your serving of starch, my serving of starch, and 4 other people's servings of starch. That's great if you're losing weight on this diet. Don't call it low carb because it's not. And you're telling people it is, and they may not know that it's not. So they're going to look at it and they're going to say, oh, I'm going to eat like that and I'm going to eat a low carb diet. It's not low carb. It's not. It just isn't. So know what you're eating. Be an informed consumer. And I don't mean that as buyer. I mean that as eater. What else? I'll get off my rant now. Sorry. Oh, WLSFA. It looked like it was so much fun. I really enjoyed everybody's pictures and everything and videos, and it just looked like it was a blast. I'm sorry I wasn't there with you guys, but hopefully next year I'm going to keep my eye out to see where it's going to be held. And yeah, if you guys find out before I do, let me know, because I'd like to go. And that reminds me that I wanted to say hey to Cookie Lou and Kristen from Hasta Cielo y Mas. They're down in Mexico right now. Cookie Lou has had her surgery and posted her a little video of her just recovery, and you could see her arm. She held up her arm so everybody could see that little tiny arm. And she talked a little bit about delaying on getting new breast implants and stuff like that. Go watch her video. It's really interesting. And then Kristen from Hasta Cielo y Mas goes in either today or tomorrow for her surgery. So that's exciting too. They were talking about somebody else that's there, and it's not anybody that I've heard of. Amber, somebody. If anybody knows who that is and she's got a YouTube, let me know, and I would like to follow her as well. But yeah, go check out Hasta Cielo y Mas and Cookie Lou. It's really fun to see people as they kind of progress in their journey further out. And for me, it gives me kind of hope that I'll get there one day, and it gives me something to aspire to, and I just think it's fantastic. And I met Kristen last year at WLSFA. I picked her up at the airport and took her out to the Columbia River Gorge, and I had so that was the end of May, beginning of June. I was 3 months, I think, out of my surgery, and I can't remember, she was maybe 6 months out of hers. So we were not very far along, and it was really fun. She was the first de-esser I'd ever met. She's actually the only de-esser I've ever met in person, and one of the few people I know that has had weight loss surgery. And so it was really fun to talk to her. And at that time, she was still using her walker, and she had not lost as much weight as she has now. And now she's doing 5Ks and getting plastics, and wow, what a difference a year makes, you guys. It's amazing. Just keep right on going with what you're doing, and we'll all get there eventually. I'm roasting. I'm sitting in the parking lot of the grocery store because I'm going to go in. My mother is getting back from Europe tomorrow night, and of course she's been gone through 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. Anyway, she cleaned out her refrigerator before she left, and so I'm going to go in and surprise her by restocking her fridge with good healthy stuff, because she low carbs as well. And so I got my car washed, and I thought, oh, I'll sit in the sun, dry my car off, and then go do my grocery shopping. And it's only 70 degrees out here in Portland, but it's really warm in my car. So I'm going to let you go because it's been 18 minutes and I hate keeping you guys too long. But I hope you have a great weekend. I hope it's beautiful wherever you are. And participate in What I Eat Wednesday. I'm interested to see what you guys eat too. I'll keep doing mine, and I am going to try and make myself learn how to edit so that I can do some cooking videos for you guys, because I've gotten so many responses from people being interested in the dishes that I make. Because what did I make the other day? I made something I made French toast on my Insta stories. Low carb French toast, sugar free, and it took me literally 5 minutes. And so many people texted and DM'd me and said, I never thought of doing that, and I never realized how easy it was, because it's 1 egg, a splash of cream, a splash of sugar-free maple syrup, and that Sara Lee Delightful low carb bread, Sara Lee Delightful bread. And seriously, you just whip it up in a mug is what I do. I pour it onto a plate. I soak the bread in it for 30 seconds aside, and then I fry it in butter for about a minute aside. And it's fantastic. And I cannot even tell you, now I want some. It's really good, and it's really easy. And I pair it with sausage or bacon, and it's low carb. It's got like 10 grams of protein just in 2 pieces of the bread with the egg and the cream and everything. That doesn't count the bacon or anything else that you put with it. And I think it's 8 net carbs or something like that. So it's good. I highly recommend it. But the whole point is I am going to try and learn how to edit so I can do more recipes for you guys, because I am big on low work, high impact. And so I do have a lot of stuff that I love to eat that's really fast and easy and really fits into a de-esser's macros. So I will let you guys go now. Have a great day. Bye.